Yo, so you were just telling me a second ago, you just literally came to Denver last night from Ukraine and Turkey.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're wide awake right now.
Yeah, I woke up at 2:30 this morning, did some calls with other territories, went back to sleep, got up, went to the gym, got some food, did another interview, and now we're here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, props to you for still going to the gym.
I mean, you don't survive if you don't use your body.
True.
Yeah, those long journeys, you have to do workouts so that your muscles hold some sort of stability in your body when you're.
Yeah.
Because I think I travel a lot, but the last few days has been extra. It was a 15-hour train out of Kyiv because there's no flights there right now.
It's a long one.
Yeah, and then a 5-hour bus because you have to get buses across the border, and then a connecting flight from Budapest to here through Turkey.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your favorite country that you've toured through or played in?
I don't know if I have favorites because they're all sort of got their own thing going on, you know, their own perks. Some places have amazing people and culture. Some are naturally beautiful. Some have amazing surf.
Yeah.
Some are really bustling and some are recluse. It just depends what mood you're in, you know?
True.
Yeah.
Was there a certain country that you felt was extra eager, super excited, maybe because they don't get as many EDM shows, big shows?
That definitely happens in a few places.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyiv I was just in, and
obviously.
they're in the middle of a war, and
for real.
Doing that show was so special. You could see it, it was a crazy feeling, man, being there during that. And then I think back to that, I did the Lollapalooza tour through South America, and I remember Chile was probably one of the best shows I've ever had.
Okay.
Just playing in a stadium of 20,000 people, English first language speakers, singing every lyric to an album I'd only dropped 3 weeks before. Pretty special experience there too. But yeah, I think going into those countries that don't get a lot or have been a bit starved, they really appreciate when you go there.
Yeah.
100%,
man. Well, some people listening might not even know, but you originally started the What So Not project with Flume, or he joined you, Harley joined you, or how did that work?
So we started working together before he had the solo project. And we sort of worked out the sounds for a lot of that stuff for a few years, and then sort of went our own way with things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happily ever after.
Yeah.
You guys have both had, I'd say you both have done pretty well for yourself since then.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been an amazing ride, man. My dream was to play the local pub on a Thursday night, and then suddenly you're playing Coachella multiple times, and it's wild. Yeah, wild to think.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you've definitely produced in a different array of genres as well.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, I was just listening to your Spotify today, and it was all over the place, in a good way.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel hesitant to kind of branch out of the genres you started in because of a branding thing? I've listened to you talk about branding. I listened to you talk about the importance of identifying as an artist in a certain lane, trying to build your presence and have a solid image as an artist. Do you think that's helped you kind of expanding into different genres? Do you think that maybe it hurt some of the branding starting out? What do you think about that?
The interesting thing is when you first start, there's so much less red tape and rules. You could, I think back to SoundCloud days. You put something up, you made it that day, and you just put it up that afternoon. And that's it. You're I'm just feeling like this today. And, it might be a while before you really get a buzz and a movement going. And before you get that buzz and movement going, you're trying everything. You're just, I feel like this. I feel like this. I was inspired by this thing I heard from the other side of the world, and now I've interpreted it like this. And so I've always tried to keep that ethos and not become a sort of corporatized machine, just churning and burning what is expected.
Right.
And it's a tricky path to choose because I think in the past, I would jump ship on something doing really well because I was I see the end of the road with this in 1.5 years, and I don't want to hit the end of the road without deviating. So I'm going to deviate now while this is bubbling, and maybe people around me will get greater success because they keep going, but then they hit a wall, and then it kind of all falls apart. You get stuck in a place that has an end. Or you can sort of deviate and find other paths and venture through things. And the project started as sort of strange club music with sort of wonky synths, bent vocals, a lot of like probably tribal drum influences and real sounding drum influences rather. I think everything was so kind of, I don't know, sterile and plastic when the project first started, like around 2010. It was like Big Room and Dutch House was really big. And then What So Not was about being very organic. And that was very different at the time, you know? But then, then it went into more of a halftime phase. Then I started sort of by the size the project got to being forced onto main stages. And then I was like, oh, I have to do like live shows. I have to have big production. I have to do all this stuff. So then became an electronic band, and I was singing and playing drums and had a guitarist. And then from there, I got really excited by drum and bass, probably around like 2018, and then started moving into that. And then just before COVID, I was really getting into sort of ravier music, breakbeat, and some of the hardstyle stuff. And then that got really big like a bit after then as well. And then now I'm sort of full cycle, like just sort of back to the roots, but with all the knowledge along the way. And it was very cool, you know, working with like the Noisier guys and Bunshin and Amanu and understanding all of those very heady technical drum bass techniques and then applying them to halftime music and doing things in really technical ways. Whereas before it was, you know, you brought in this feeling and this idea and this swing that you had to everything, but it wasn't so technical back in the day. It was like, you know, the mix downs were kind of tough. I didn't realize for a long time too, a lot of the time I was writing my songs in B. And I was like, why don't they hit as hard when I play them out? And it's because I'm choosing the hardest key possible to do that.
It's either a really high or a really low note.
Yeah.
For bass, for sure. Yeah.
But like, I think it's a blessing and a curse. I like to move on before it hits the end of the road. The way I would describe it is a lot of the time, if you can envision and see where things are going, if you're picking up on movements all around the world, and be like, oh, this is big right now, but I think it goes to this scene and this genre. I would like breadcrumb my way, people following my project of like, I'm going to put out the songs that lead to this. I'm going to make this thing over here that I think will be popular in like 1.5, 3 years now. And I'm going to make my best records that sound like that. And then I'm going to breadcrumb records that lead to that sound so that it's not confusing, so that people sort of come on the journey with you. And head over in that direction, because you can really alienate people if you just shock them with something and it's so different. Like during COVID, like I did a whole punk rock project with my buddy Dan Johns from Silverchair, and we only released one song of that out of like an entire album that we did. But we kind of had to like breadcrumb it so it wasn't so foreign when it came. And even going into drum and bass at first, like there was a way I sort of did it with people that I think made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm hearing you right, it was like you still stayed true to what you wanted to make in the moment, but you were a little more strategic about how you released that over the years.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's tricky though, because sometimes you're like, I think this is cool now, I just want to put it up, but it doesn't make sense. And you have to make it make sense.
Right.
Otherwise, I think you can get into a bit of a mess with people just not understanding. They come and see a show and they're like, what was that? You gotta like lead them down the garden path.
Yeah.
You know?
Just slowly incorporate more ducks into the sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And throw duck stuff into the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great, by the way.
Thank you.
Love the quack. Love the quack.
That's like the OG. Like, dude, I can't believe the impact that song seems to have with people. They still, that's from 2012 maybe, and people still bring it up. It's like, dude, you haven't played that song in 5 years. What's going on?
We need more ducks, dude. People love ducks. It's like a very inviting, like good-hearted animal. Like nobody wants to hurt a duck. People love ducks. They're friendly. They're cute. I heard at one point you like maybe felt you hit like a creative block and you decided just to try something completely new and off the charts, and you lived with some monks in China.
I don't know if that was a creative block, but yeah, I did go and I stayed in a temple studying Kung Fu for a little while.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was more just not a creative block, but like just to like, what am I doing now? where do I want to be? And like a bit of a hard reset. Like it was like no phones, no internet really.
Sounds great.
And just using your body, like, cause I do surfing, and I do go like occasionally big wave surfing as well. And it's really intense on the body. So that has been really important thing to keep me like with it and keep me moving, and by focusing on the body as well as creativity as well as the mind, and they all work together. And if you don't look after your body, you're not strong in your body, like you're going to fall apart on tour, and you're not going to have the energy to be like, oh, let's get up and do that session like, you know, just a few hours before we have to leave and then go do the show and blah, blah, blah and whatever. So I think all of that like ties together.
Yeah, the amount of tour burnout that I've heard just from interviews over the years is crazy. Like it's a real thing. You know, like your health, I think, is very directly, mental health and physical health is directly correlated to the output of the music you create.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me. It's like, you know, a lot of the times where I made some of my best music, I was more in touch with my emotions, or
Absolutely.
I was like feeling healthy. Even if emotionally I was a wreck, I was still trying to take care of myself and forcing myself to create, because that was the therapy. Right?
Yeah, it is.
So
it is.
like,
I think it is therapy.
Yeah.
Like I think I was sort of saying at the start, like when you make something, really what you're doing is, I feel like this, and if I have the skill set, you know, in my production, in my playing and whatever it is, you're just converting your feeling into sound.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. And it is like therapy. It's like I
Totally.
might, you know, be a really happy person, but I've got this like sadness. I'm going to turn that sadness into a song, and then it's offloaded.
Yeah.
And and you actually convert it into something that has value for you and for your life and for your career. So it's just, you know, dopamine and like building, like converting something that might be perceivably negative into something positive in all senses of it.
Yeah, and I think that like it was I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but Quincy Jones, legend, R.I.P. You know, he said, you know, if something evokes an emotion in you while you're creating, chances are somebody else is going to feel that exact same thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's, you know, it's kind of funny because it's a cycle. It's like in a lot of my favorite songs I created without thinking of other people, because I was just creating from what I was feeling or experiencing. And then other people, it's a cycle. They experience that for themselves. And it's like almost like they're reflecting kind of the feelings that you felt in their own lives, and it kind of brings them back to you. It's kind of like a beautiful circle somehow.
I find that so much as well. And such a clear example of it is I'll write an instrumental and I'll really put some emotion and some feeling and I think about the color of it, the texture of it, like what space that comes from. And I'll play it for, you know, a vocalist friend or a top liner or another writer or whatever. And they'll write a song about what I wrote it about without me even telling them what it's about.
That's crazy.
And not only that, I'll show it to another vocalist and the same thing will happen. They'll write about the same topic without me even telling them what it's about. And it's like, okay, so it's very clear what this emotion is and what this world is that I've built, and everybody's picking up on it. And I think that happens not only for the musicians and the writers, but the listener as well. They understand what it means.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Some of my favorite music's instrumental, and I feel exactly almost like what that person was creating. That's cool. That's awesome. Do you have a typical writing process when you're working with a vocalist? Do you typically write most of the song instrumental and send it to them and let them just throw down on top of it? Do you like to write it with them most of the track? Like, how does that look? Because you've done a lot of collabs with vocalists.
I almost never send songs to people.
Really?
Yeah. Almost every song we hear that I've put out and most songs I write, it's with people. And I'm not one that likes to just send it off because it loses the connection, the like interweaving of how you guys think and finding common threads about topics. And there's this beautiful push and pull when you're in the room together and they try something and you're like, there's something so good in what you just did, maybe a little more like this, and then they go off on a tangent you would never thought of, and you only get there when you're in there together. And there's something about being in the space together, connecting with each other that just gets a far more authentic result, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense too. Like, I've heard that from a lot of people on this podcast, is getting in the room when doing collabs. It's just like a completely different writing process and experience, bouncing off of each other.
Yeah. I think when you know people really well, you can send stuff back and forth. But even then, like some of my best friends I've worked with for like a decade, I'm still like, let's do this over Zoom at least, guide each other, challenge each other. But yeah, getting in the room is always better too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Do you like to send projects or are you a STEM person?
I don't really work with people much like online like that. It's really in person. And I travel so much that it makes sense. It's sort of like, I'll be back in like 2 months. Okay. We'll finish this off then, or but usually not stems, because then you're committed, things are frozen, things are clipped, and then you can't take them back unless you really unpack them. But sometimes you work with stems until you're like, okay, now we got to mix and master this thing. Let's go back, work out where that stem was, which project, drag it in, and like go tweak it from there. And
yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of the same way myself.
I think I have a commitment phobia with audio production, because like every few months you like work out better ways to do things, and you're like, no, I don't want it to be stuck how I did it back then.
You have commitment issues. Yeah,
only with music.
Let's really unpack that.
The commitment issue I think is literally with sound design and like choices in production. It's like because this is a never-ending learning curve. Like. Yeah. Every few months, I think you pick up new techniques and you're like, oh, I could do that way better now. I know about this technique. I know about this plugin, whatever it may be.
That's why I do this podcast. Yeah. It's because I'm just learning stuff like that from people like you all the time. Well, you do have Ableton Live open.
I do.
And there's a lot of Ableton people watching this. Do you typically start with a default Ableton template every time? Does it always change?
I have a template that I delete every time I open it and just go back to like, I don't know, like this one is like a track off the new EP. It was like, it started out as just this acid loop I recorded. Have you guys ever used Acid Box? You heard of Acid Box?
I've heard of it. I haven't used it.
Yeah. It was really fun. The first time I ever used it, I just made like 3 or 4 riffs, and all of them I was like, these riffs are so good. Nice. And then I made like, first it was like a drill beat, and then I worked on a version with Tice from Noisier, and we did this like ravey breakbeat thing. I did a version with Bunshin that was this kind of rolling drum and bass thing, but then I just kept coming back. I was like, this riff is so good. I don't know what genre it wants to be yet, what tempo it wants to sit at. And then eventually for this EP, I worked with this really young producer, Jack Blom in Australia. And he was like, oh, what if it was kind of garagey? And then we did this sort of acid garage. I don't know. I'll play it. It's like kind of hard to describe.
Let's hear it.
But the whole thing was we were in with this rapper, this Australian rapper, Nerve. So we're like, oh, let's do like he does garage. Let's like flip this thing I have that I think is really interesting, have him rap on it. And then also Alina, who I mentioned from Ukraine, she was touring in Australia. And then she was like, oh, I have this really cool idea to sing like native kind of vocal movements over something more organic in the middle as like a breakdown. So then we did all of that together just in one day, and then we just had to mix it down. That was pretty much it.
This is unreleased?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, she's awesome live, by the way. I saw her perform with Apache at Red Rocks, and it was incredible.
I think it's all loaded. That says there's some missing. Oh, you know what's missing is the acid.
The main part.
Yeah, the main part that I tracked, which is
Acid Candy Flipping T1. What a great name.
Here it is. Yeah, so the whole song starts with this this one recording I did. I'll just play in isolation for a second.
That's fun. And that's that acid plugin? Nice.
Yeah, and I just tracked it all live. It was like a 7-minute recording.
Oh, wow.
It's just changing all the automation.
Sick.
And then, so it kind of comes together with the... I dragged it out of its box.
Just lost everything from your trip.
Here we go.
Yeah, big stepper, stay so pepper. New school G from the CD era. Used to wrap up burgers with cheese, now I rap on a beat for the cheese and cheddar. Being clever, homegrown treasure. Dash my drink on your polo sweater. I know she gon' rule my life, but I did it for the plot, I don't know no better. Jet setter, flex wherever. Head up in the clouds, just checking on weather. Wise guy and a real good fella, so the whole crew eating till we get fed up. No better, flow like Beretta. Click, clap, boom, and the whole shit dead up. If you wanna see me, there's a fee. You don't got the cheese, you can see me never. You don't got the cheese, you can see me never.
And then there's this whole big breakdown.
So good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Been up for 4 days scheming. Now I've been up for 4 days
that's sick.
scheming.
It was so psyched.
Those are nice vocals.
Yeah.
They sound good.
And there's a lot going on in this record, and I think it's in C or C sharp. So it was like.
When did you start this?
So I made the acid riff maybe last year. And then I was just like, I don't know what this is going to be, like where it's going to sit eventually.
Yeah.
But then, managing like the sub information and the tom drums was like look at this Pro Q I have on the bass to get it's like that is what's going on.
That's a wild resonance, and like what 120 or something.
Yeah.
Or 60. Yeah.
And that's how we got it from. I'll show like Span or 4X or something to show like how it ends up.
If you're releasing music, you've probably heard of DistroKid, and they make it super easy to get your tracks everywhere. You just upload it once, and your songs go out to all the major platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and a bunch of other places. You keep 100% of your streaming earnings, and they've also got tools like automatic splits for collaborators, if you're working on tracks with other artists, artist verification, so the business side doesn't slow you down in your releases. On top of that, they just rolled out DistroKid Direct, which lets you spin up a direct-to-fan merch store in a few clicks, which can be a good way to earn some extra money. You can drop your artwork on t-shirts, mugs, totes. Everything is print on demand, which is awesome, and you never have to deal with inventory or shipping. Just go to distrokid.com or check out the link in this episode description and get your music and merch out into the world. Love Span.
Yeah.
Shout out Span.
Thank you, Span.
And Vision. Nice.
Yeah, so you know what it's like when it's in C or C sharp. You're just trying to have the low fundamental like sit there so it's somewhat present but not choking up the whole mix. There's a few times I played this out when it was the low sub was so high, like the whole room would just rattle, and I'm like, nah, it can't be like that. Like we got to find the right balance.
I think we've all had that moment.
Yeah.
Where we're just like, oops.
Let's see what the. And then getting this tom was like such a big part of it. It kind of went from being this like, almost at one point the sub was just really flat, just like boo, doo. And then I realized it needed some movement. And it was really simple. I think I did like maybe even just an automation. Let me see where, oh my God, there's so much going on. It's like Pro Q4 sidechaining, ring modding, compactor going on, like getting everything out of the way of everything.
Yeah, trust the process.
Yeah, oh my God. But yeah, just to get some movement in the sub, so there was actual pauses. Having this big tom like hitting was such an important part to get some groove in it. So It wasn't just a singular flat sub the whole time.
Yeah, so you got auto filter doing some modulation as well.
Yeah, I think on these like
Are you in 11?
I think I'm in 12.
Oh, you are in 12.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're using the legacy erosion. That's what I thought. Yeah. This is 12.
Yeah, just some automation movement. And then I think some of these like big stabs, I think they were even like, I got some like noisier splice pack sounds and then just cut them to my riff.
Nice.
Like this sort of stuff, and then just did a little extra to it. Yeah, some stuff like that. I think that was a Bunshin Patreon sound. Shout out Bunshin. And then, just
sick. Just some layers.
And what was the other? There was another one here. Oh yeah, this was the noisier like splice sound they had, and I just chopped it up.
Nice.
Which just was cut to that.
That's
and then
fun...
together they just have a lot of power.
Yeah. Yeah, it's thick. It's real thick.
But it was fun. Like the song, like the raw idea of the song came together so quickly.
Yeah.
And then it was literally for a long time, what genre does this want to be? Where's this going to sit?
Yeah.
And then I was so stoked, and we got this, and we got the 2 raps and the Lena's part, and
yeah. I like where it's going.
Thank
you.
you.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of like bass resonance, have you ever played with the I think it's UAD plugin. It's called Voice of God, VOG.
Never played with that.
It's a bass resonance enhancer.
Wow.
And it's based off of a real analog piece of gear.
Yeah.
That did that. And I think it's just called the VOG, Voice of God. But that thing's crazy. If you have a bass that's like needing some more balls, like it just beefs it up in a really smart, intelligent way without it being too boomy.
Interesting.
And it's like 3 knobs, but
I think I used to play around a lot with, what was that Waves one? Maybe R-Bass? Is that the Waves?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I used to play around a lot with that, but this one I got to check that out, man. I mean, there's just endless plugins to play around with stuff, isn't there? And elevate what you're doing. I think even like maybe it's frozen, so we can't see. But I used on the kick, I used low air and a few other things. It was like a really clunky kind of kick. And then I got it down to this really short, sharp kind of sound. But I think that's in another session. We just froze and committed this one.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite way to sidechain? I like asking this question.
Oh, it changes a lot. I'm really right now into compactor. Compactor combined with some ring modding. And sometimes doing it a bit wrong feels better. Or like... letting it clip and phase out a little bit sounds cooler and it feels cooler.
Okay.
So it's, just playing around with it. It's like sometimes when you make it so perfect, it gets really clinical. And I like to leave a little bit of character, at least like, good clinical 70% and then leave like 30% character or 20% character. And I think there's some value in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a refreshing perspective because I hear a lot of people who get so hardcore technical, surgical. And at some point, if you just, it's cool. Like if that's what you want, but sometimes it loses some of that raw, I don't know, phase overlap or whatever. I guess it likes that rawness.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you ring modulate sidechain?
A lot of the time I've been using just the kilohertz one.
Yeah.
But there's this one in Ableton called Duck Buddy that Bunshin showed me, and it's pretty amazing. I haven't actually set it up to use it properly.
Yeah, Slink made it. He was on the podcast.
Slink made it?
Yeah.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I love Slink. Wow, that's his genius.
Yeah.
Oh, how good.
I don't know. GM Audio Ducker. I've said it on the podcast 1,000 times. Yeah. Apologize to anybody listening, but that's the best, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just for like the lowest, it's like 0 latency.
That's great.
Really super clean, solid Max for Live device.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like $15.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take notes. Like, I'm going to come back and watch this podcast myself and take notes.
I mean, I'll do the same as well, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we both might be doing that. But yeah, if you had to identify with an Ableton stock device, what would it be? Like if you self-identified as a stock device in live.
Wait, I can see my most used, right?
We could go with that. Yeah.
Wait, how does it
rank?
Is that my rank or use?
It is usage.
Utility.
Utility is solid.
I was gonna say utility.
Utility is good. You can use it for a lot of things.
Yeah, look at that. Utility, autofilter.
You're versatile.
EQ, glue.
Yeah. I asked Louis Vuitton that question.
Yeah.
He said gate because sometimes you just have to cut certain people out of your life. And I was like, damn, it got deep.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just volume and EQ. Like so much of it. I really have loved Pro Q4.
Yeah.
I feel like it's such an all-in-one plugin for everything, and going between the, just casual, don't worry about linear, or like linear is really important on this sound. And then it's got side chaining, it's got the spectral, multiband. It's kind of been game changing. Like just use that for so much, like make a cool sound and then just get things out of the way of other things, and then, create movement and dynamic, and then that's it. And make sure you transients it. I really like, have you used Stab? Do you know about Stab?
No.
ST4B?
No.
It's like a multi-band transient shaper.
Well, I have to check that out.
Yeah, there's this boutique. Oh God, what's his name? He lives in the Netherlands, but he's American. But he made it, and all those drum bass guys use it and swear by it.
Is it this it?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really, really good.
$80.
Yeah, it's great. Use that like on most drums.
Multi-band transient shapers. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, most transient shapers I feel like are just single bands.
Yeah.
And so it is nice to have that control.
Yeah.
I guess you could just use like an audio effects rack and make one, but
yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to play with this and check it out. It's Chi.
There's all the boys.
All the boys are, everybody's shouting it out.
Yeah.
The Caracol Project, Chi, Bunshin. Yeah, for sure. And it's a VST.
Yeah.
Sick. Are you in the beta at all with 12 right now? Like 12.4.5?
I'm in the beta program, but I haven't been up to date. Is there a new beta out right now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the new extensions has been really fun to play with. We talked about that on the last podcast because it allows you to play in the object models of live. You can program or create your own workflows and whatever you want. People are like basically making like pop-up plugin style things with it. And you can just vibe code basically whatever you want.
Wow.
And you just upload it as like a ABLX file into Live's preferences. And then if you right click in the context menu in the background or whatever, you can just make it happen.
I think my life would be a lot easier if I spent a week rebuilding my workflow, you know, like, so there's so much traveling and touring and writing. And then like, I think I would get into a lot more sessions and just be bang, 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 bang. If I spoke to this about some of my really good producer friends lately. I'm like, your workflow is way better than mine. Like your presets, your database, your everything would help a lot. I should do that.
Yeah. I say the same thing and then I just never do it pretty much. It's like, I should get better organized and then I never do it.
I don't know. Everyone's got their skills and their vices. Like a lot of my really technical friends have trouble with other things. So yeah, it's like, where do you want to spend your time? What's going to get you a great result? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Just depends on your goals. What do you want to do? Are there any like workflows or devices or anything in Ableton Live that doesn't exist that you wish was a thing?
I've still been finding I think they've worked on this more maybe in that new beta, but like converting to MIDI is still kind of clunky.
Yeah, there's a new extension.
But there's a new extension. I've heard about this. They've done it, haven't they?
It uses Spotify's neural network, which is, I guess, way better and smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that in the last podcast.
Like it would be, because so many times you have a really cool song that you like and you're like, I want to do a version of this. And it would be really nice if I could just extract all the MIDI quickly so that I can put my own sounds to that and not have to be like, oh, what was the voicing on this exact chord in this moment? And like, blah, blah, blah.
It's not good. Like you have to go and do a lot of cleanup, I find, if you want to do like, or convert drums to new MIDI or convert melody to new MIDI. I wonder if they'll upgrade that natively. Hopefully in the near future when they go to the next big update.
And surely that's coming. Like, the thing I do look forward to with AI is the second, like in Ableton, I think they maybe have this now, is like you bring in a song and you can split all the stems just in Ableton like that. Start playing around, like separating the vocals, synths, whatever it may be. Like that's such a good tool to just play around with ideas, because that is what it should be for, you know, like, just to increase the workflow. Seeing if this idea has some legs. If it doesn't, just move on. Not like, you know, an hour of like hunting around trying to go get this stuff or asking for stems. And sometimes I even stem split my own songs because I'm like, I can't be bothered to go dig up where they were. Maybe some of the samples are missing. Or maybe like it's like, you know, 100 stems and I'm like, I just want like 4 stems and just muck around with an idea real quick. Like
if you want to do like a really quick remix or VIP of one of your own tracks or something. Like, I can see how that'd be really helpful.
Because you know, a lot of this is just, I've only got so much time, like everyone else. Like some people are at work all day and they're like, I got 2 hours to make music. That's it. I don't want to be dealing with the admin bullshit. You know?
And that would be faster, probably, just if you have a high quality wave than to go back in and try to like group everything and bounce everything out again. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned AI a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of polarizing opinions on the left and the right of like, should AI be a thing in music production? Should it not be a thing? Maybe it's not even related to production for artists. Like, where is AI valuable in your opinion?
I think time-saving tools, what's wrong with that? You know, like, I think it isn't even like spectral dynamic. Like, that is an AI, right?
Yeah.
Like, it is.
Yeah.
And we're all using that. I think anywhere it can save a lot of time. I think when you're on very real deadlines, like, it's hard to get paid in this industry in a lot of senses, and it's hard for people to make like a career and a life out of it. And you're on a deadline for like a sync, and you got to turn this thing in tomorrow. And like, I don't have a violin player with me. Like, what do you want me to do? They need a violin. Like, go and like soft synth it really badly. Then I'm sort of like, hey, like, can someone just do this? Like, is it okay? It's an instrument that's been around for centuries. Like, but I think eventually I've already seen this sort of come up. What would make it really ethical is if they, have these AI programs that understand where all the source material came from. So all these Sunos and all these everything else, like, what did they use to build their database? Now go pay, a royalty out to everybody that was referenced every time something is created with them as a reference point. So every person that created music that was used in those data sets will forever receive some sort of royalty every time these companies make money, every time these companies use this stuff.
Yeah.
There's still obviously ethical issues about, well, I didn't consent to you using that.
Yeah, that's happened a lot.
So that still is in play, but at least like there's some sort of reasonable agreement that like, hey, my stuff was used and there's 20,000 people around the world that are creating profitable pieces of music based on that training. I get a royalty of like 5% for every one of those 20,000 creations and whatever they earn.
That makes sense.
And then I think a lot of people are actually going to be like, that's like a blockchain system to actually get paid. That has a lot of use. And it's somewhat of a way that this could wind up in a good place.
Right. Thinking about like how deep does that go with all the tracking of everything? Because if you say played guitar on a song and then that song was used and trained with AI, I just wonder how difficult would it be to track that person who had a writer's credit on a track.
I guess it would be whatever percentage they end up on the song.
Yeah.
And if they took a buyout, they took a buyout. Like that's how music kind of works, If they took a buyout, that was their choice. And they didn't take a royalty, then that's where that sits. And that's, well before and agreed on. If they take a royalty and, then they get a royalty on this new thing as well. I'm sure there could be something built that would do this.
Yeah.
Like there would be watermarks everywhere. It's kind of built that way, right? Like you just trace the marks.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for that. That'd be fantastic.
It's at least a start.
Yeah. At that point, as AI becomes more popular, that's definitely another stream of income for artists,
And that could be like a way so many people actually live off music.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how it really goes,
I mean, you have some pretty big artists who are like selling or licensing their voices or whatever to like Universal and Warner. They partnered with like AI generator companies and were just like allowing them to use vocalists that were signed to them.
That's even tricky because like a lot of the majors own the rights to people and can just on sell, I think, without giving anything more away. Like it's a good time to be an independent artist who's getting used in this stuff because there's probably a lot more potential to get some sort of payout with it. Yeah. But a lot of those major label deals are like so restrictive and like obsessed with ownership and, in the contracts say like in the universe, like if this is used anywhere in the universe, we own it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It is wild. I mean, you've been in the industry a long time. Like, what are some things that you have seen evolve for better or for worse that like would be helpful for new up and coming artists to know now?
You kind of got to get into stuff first. Say this AI stuff. Like, you don't have to use it. You don't have to make money off it. You don't have to release, but go and understand it because if the switch goes and suddenly everyone's like, oh no, this is fine now, which could very well happen. Like they'll settle all these legal cases. They'll work out some blockchain way of having people paid for everything that was taken, the wrong way. And now there's like an agreement in place of how that's done. And then if you know the system already and everyone's like, okay, this is fine to use now. They've fixed what was unethical about it. Just be in there at the front and be someone who knows how to use it. And there's so many aspects in there as well that are like just massive administrative time-saving features that have nothing to do with like theft of, ideas either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I think I like your idea about tracking that for AI and giving royalty payouts to people. I think that's smart. One thing you talked about it was some kind of presentation you did, I forget, it was like 14 years ago on YouTube or something. And it was like,
oh God, what was I saying 14 years ago?
No, it was good. It was talking about finding industry people to help you build a team.
Yeah, totally.
And I thought that was like valuable because it seems like a lot of times people out here are just making as much music as they can and they upload it and they just like cross their fingers and hope and pray that something happens or the right person finds it.
Yeah.
But from what I heard you say, it was more about like being proactive and finding and building a team to help with all these other aspects. You gave a couple examples of different artists that literally only focus about 20% on the music and they focus the other 80% on building their marketing and the career and a team. And that's how they've made a living and have been successful.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to expand on that, but I thought that was
this
good
is my
insight.
advice from 14 years ago. It's only 20% about the music. To some degree, like when you start, it's kind of, if you want to get in and do all the jobs, you've only got 20% of your time for music. And you want to rebuild your team so that you can shift that to be like, maybe it's 50% of my time on music. Maybe it's, if I'm really lucky, it's 60 or 70%. But there's so many other things that come with it. Like particularly as you scale and you get bigger, you got to come up with stage production. You got to come up with artwork. You got to come up with like social media content and like how to represent this emotion, this feeling that you put into the song, what that looks like, convey that to, graphic designers, convey that to directors, music videos, whoever it may be. Like it's not just music. Like you got to represent it in the world that it's going to exist in, and the world it's going to exist in is online, is through video, is through stage, is through performance, maybe through dance, maybe through feature artists and theatrics and all these other things. It's not just music. Music is like one component of what we present out in the world. So yeah, I think at the start finding people who've been doing it a bit longer, mentors. Maybe some friends are like a bit more savvy than you with some aspects, or you have friends that are really good and just understand the internet, understand programming, understand algorithms and things like that. And they can just help you be like, hey, you're doing something really cool. If you pair it with, I've got this this friend that makes crazy videos and does really cool graphic design. Why don't we put you guys together? I'll work out like a strategy of how to sort of push this around. He'll do the video, you do the music. And you get something moving like that, and you just get some motion, some intrigue, and then see how it goes. Just simple things like use like-minded community around you who are all trying to do something cool, and you're all the missing link for each other. Yeah,
just like slowly build that team that fills in the holes of your time that can help you grow.
Because you got to do so much.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit.
So much stuff.
Yeah,
and it only gets bigger and bigger and bigger. What you have to do, the further it goes up.
Yeah. Well, you would know for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like one of the craziest things about this industry is scaling up and down and doing it at the right times. Like there's times when like I've been touring around the world doing maybe 200 shows a year.
Wow.
And I don't even make money that year. All the money goes back into the ideas and reinvesting to make it bigger next year.
Yeah.
And that's not uncommon. That's how this industry works.
It's crazy.
Like you're pitching bets on yourself. You are earning good money and you're spending every single dollar to make it look so exciting, to bring people in to do really extravagant stuff, like bringing out guests and performers and building crazy stage designs and whatever it may be. Like and you got to pitch your bets on yourself and your ideas. And then you just like, I believe this will pay off because I believe in these concepts. Yeah, but it is. And then also scaling back the other way, like we're intentionally going to just like chill this year a bit. We got to scale back the team. We've got to get really concise. We're only going to be posting, like twice a month, and we're going to make sure those posts are just so clinically like profound, interesting, engaging, all of these things, and then working out how to do that.
Well, Daft Punk did that. They kind of like, they didn't play a show for a year, but they were like the #1 DJs or whatever for that year that they took a break because they just scaled back and focused on other things.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny and ironic. Talking about some mixing things real quick. I want to respect your time. You're playing a show tonight at Club Vinyl.
Yes.
Have you played there before?
No, I don't think so, but it's a cool spot, right?
It's a cool spot. Yeah, it's fun. It's huge. It's like 3 or 4 stories tall.
Oh, wow.
But the sound system's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a boutique little space, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really much of a green room. Anybody can just kind of walk in.
Yeah, got you.
It's like on the side of the stage, and I don't think people know it's a green room.
That's
people just like
hilarious.
walk up there.
I'll not bring my laptop, so thanks for the
Yeah,
warning.
maybe keep it in a bag or something. Yeah, or keep it on you. No, it's a vibe. It's a cool place. I've had a lot of friends play there. I read that you spent years mixing on HD 25s, and then you found out that they had like a horrible frequency curve.
Have you got SonarWorks?
I do.
Yeah, I remember I saw that.
They sponsored the podcast.
I remember I saw the EQ of the HD 25s on SonarWorks when I first got that. And I was like, what have I been doing to myself? This EQ, like the spike at 100 hertz and then the crazy like high spike. Basically, it's designed so when you're at a club, everything's so loud and boomy.
Yeah.
You hear the kick drum and you hear hi-hats. That's what the headphones are designed for, so you can mix properly. But it is not good headphones to be making music on at all. And I just didn't really know. I was just young.
Right.
Like, made a few records that did really well in janky home studios, and then suddenly I'm touring around the world constantly for 10 years, and I'm just like still in the HD 25s. Like, I don't know. Like,
it's like, why do my mixes suck?
Yeah. Making songs in B using HD 25 is the worst combo, dude. Oh my God. But then I really like the Bay Dynamics. I got a pair of those.
Yeah, I love them.
And my new thing now is my in-ear monitors that I just do for live shows. I just take them in my pocket. Like, I use them on my phone calls. I use them when I'm listening to records people send me, and I just use them when I'm making tunes as well. And
what kind of in-ears?
I literally just have the Shure stock in-ear monitors, because if they break or I lose them.
Yeah.
And shout out Sweetwater. I don't know if you ever use Sweetwater, but they're like
for sure.
the most amazing customer service. I've literally had one of the molds just like snapped off, and I talked to them about it. Like, is this a common thing? Is there like a break point there? And they're like, just mail them to us. We'll mail you a new pair. We'll do this one time. But they're just so good, man.
Yeah, they're great. They'll call you every holiday.
Dude,
they want your business.
Awesome.
They definitely want your business.
They are the people to do business with in this industry. They're so good.
I mean, you pay full price, but it's the best customer service out there.
And that's what you need. Like, you need, hey, something's gone wrong. I'm on tour. Can you help me? They're like, we'll express post it to you like right now.
100%. And they send you candy.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, I just use those because like I have this like just flat understanding of like everything I do is on this one piece of audio, and I know what that means. And then I go into big, really well-made studios, and I'm like, I hear what is coming back to me from the mixes I did on those, and then I sort of compare, and then I just carry that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that was one of the things when I first went to Noisier Studios. I feel like I heard music correctly for the first time ever in my life. And I remember my songs and what they sounded like in that room. And then that's my like 0 point of measurement of like, I remember how that felt and the issues I heard. And then now I'm like, okay, so I just compare everything back to hearing that one time. And then now I have that reference point.
Yeah. It's amazing how many like hit records and songs, and even some of those tracks were mastered on headphones. Like, I would much rather just have really nice headphones that I know super well than like being forced to only be able to reference in a really good studio at home.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody like you that travels. And if I'm traveling around too, it's always consistent if you know your headphones really well.
There's some things too about like using some headphones that kind of boost the low end. Sometimes that can be really useful because they are like harmonically saturating their bass to like make it more prevalent on speakers that can't output, right?
Yeah.
But then it gives you this sense of what it's actually going to feel like once you get to a bigger system. It's interesting. It's like not correct and it's not flat, but it shows you how it's going to feel when you can actually hear those lower frequencies. Yeah.
I traveled with the sub pack when I was working on an album because that helped a lot of me just with my headphones and just using the sub pack.
I feel so bad that those guys are so great. They sent me one when they first like came out with it.
Yeah.
And then I used it and it was amazing. And then someone I was with lost the cable, and then I never posted about it. I couldn't use it again. And I felt so bad. They were like so awesome. So apologies for that, guys. Your product is so great, and that was so nice of you to send me that like really early in my career too.
Yeah, apparently they stopped shipping. They had real supply chain issues for years. Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing it or not. Who knows? But
maybe I'll never get that cable.
Yeah, you might never get that cable back. I'm sure there's probably a similar cable out there that you can find.
Yeah.
But have you heard of Woosier? My friend was like showing them to me the other day.
Is this another equivalent?
It's similar, yeah. But they make like a vest. They make like a vest version, and they make like a floor mat version, like a yoga mat.
Oh, interesting.
But it's like a bass pad. Yeah.
Interesting.
And they make a bunch of different immersive, like low-end frequency products that are really kind of interesting. But my friend has the vest that you wear on your chest, and it's pretty wild. Wearing headphones and listening on that. This is it. But they make kind of like this little vest thing.
Is this a thing that gamers like as well? So there's a bit more market share?
Yeah. I mean, you could use it for mixing for sure. I know somebody who does.
Oh, he's gaming. That's what he's using it for.
Yeah. This guy is gaming. They have like a strap that's like a smaller little belt buckle thing.
Interesting.
Which would probably be more travel friendly.
Yeah.
They have the mat, which would be fun at home. You just like lay down, put it on your bed and be on your laptop.
Imagine it just doubles as an ab workout as well.
Yeah,
so tight.
Probably. It's a nice massage. Yeah, that's another kind of sub-pack, similar equivalent. But the vest was pretty wild. I used that.
I've noticed as well, even like having a sub in a studio, usually it's not a very good sub. It's because a very good sub is very expensive. The room's got to be treated right.
Yeah.
But just having a sub to be like, what's going on down there to some degree. And that's how, like this exact record, this candy flipping record, I played it at Bunshin's house, and he has a sub just in his lounge room, just for his DJ setup.
Nice.
And that one I was like, oh, the sub is just flat and it needs some movement. It needs to like round off, and then a kick happens and then it comes back up, and it can't just be held.
Yeah.
There's no dynamic then. There's no swing. There's no groove to it. So I only heard that when there was a sub, and not even a great sub. It's just like a sub on like a, like a little turntable setup.
Yeah.
Just checking what it feels like when you're going to actually be at a club.
Yeah. Just that extra low air just blowing. Yeah. What does your live setup look like? You talked a little bit about your in-ears and stuff.
So I had like a electronic band setup I kind of had, where I'd have live vocalist, guitarist, Trev Lukather, and I would do drums and sing as well, and then like run backing track and DJ. And then the most recent one, I was really trying to do as much as I could. So I would sort of perform a part for each song, either on MS-20, OP1, I had a Roland drum rack.
Nice.
And the other cool thing I worked out is the way I routed and built the whole setup, I could run my own ears, so I could monitor for myself.
Nice.
So when I was going to perform like a synth part, I could audition it with it muted.
Yeah.
Like, because MS-20, so there's no patches. So you have to build the sound you know is coming up for the next song, and then you quickly build it.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it, because a lot of DJing is fun in certain ways, but you're not.
This thing, right?
Yeah.
Those things are cool.
Dude,
my friend has one.
I own like 4 of them in different countries. It's like,
just a collector.
I love them, dude. I love them. I learned so much about sound from just playing with this synth.
Yeah.
Because there's something about, like, Serum is so good and technical, but like there's so many things I would just never do in Serum because I don't have my hands on it. And this is the first synth I really got my hands on, and I played around with a lot. I did things wrong in a lot of ways. Like one really cool thing I worked out is the filter resonance. You can push the resonance really hard on the I guess it's technically the high pass, and you can use that as a sub bass. So then you could create an extra oscillator with the filter resonance.
Oh.
And what I would do is I create like a sub bass to a certain note, and then I would use the other 2 oscillators to create like harmonic chords. So you could do a chord on, like, it's only a 2 oscillator, but you kind of get the secret third one. Right. And then by just subtly moving the resonance, you could like change the bass notes and just create like, essentially like three what do you call it? Oh God, I'm blanking on it. 3 oscillator Reese chords.
Cool.
So I started making that a lot, and I got some really cool,
like
there's
polyphonic chord stuff.
It's really cool. Like this song, Black Shallow. There was a song, Anomaly.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
Even on the Motions EP, the one I did with Habstract, like all of the cool bass pads, they're all made with MS-20.
Sick.
Just creating, like recording until I'm like, wow, that's such a cool sound. Yeah. And I'm like, there's one chord, and then you keep shifting everything. There's another chord, keep shifting. There's another.
And you just
chord.
cut the notes up.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do the same thing with my Moog.
Yeah.
It was sub 37. I love that thing.
Yeah.
It's only paraphonic, so you can only do 2 notes.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to, like, if you want to stack, you have to kind of mess with it.
It was fun. Also, I lived with my friend Dan Johns, who's like this incredible musician from Australia, who's kind of in like the grunge era, but then he did all this like crazy stuff, like kind of Rufus before Rufus as well, with this dissociative bands he had with Paul Mac, and then he did all this solo stuff as well. But when I lived with him, he collected like 20 different synths and all this hardware and gear, but he didn't own a laptop. He doesn't use a laptop. So I lived at his house for like 7 months through COVID. And I just was like a kid in a candy store, like
just sampling everything.
Just brought my laptop, brought a sound card, just plugging everything into everything, like learning how it worked. And I just used analog for like 7 months straight.
Dude, if you go back to that to his place, or you ever just want to sample a bunch of gear, you should use the Max for Live device I made. It's made to just like basically automatically multi-sample a patch off of hardware really quickly, and then throws it into a sampler, so then you can just play it back. Yeah, it's called Resampler Pro.
Nice.
But yeah, I've had a lot of good feedback. Tame Impala apparently uses it to like make a bunch of like sample stuff, but I made it because I wanted to sample a bunch of really cool gear really quickly. Obviously, if you just take one note and you record it and just like you pitch it up or down, it's going to lose the quality. You're like stretching that audio.
So what does it do? You like play a bunch of notes and it takes all of them and...
Yeah, it automates the whole process. So you just like use an external instrument and then you just set it up so that the MIDI is triggering. And so you have all the notes in...
So when you play a different note on the keyboard, it records that note, how you played it that time, and then sets up some sort of...
Yeah, so it automatically plays each MIDI note for you. And so you just say, this is the range of the scale I want. This is the attack release time. This is the velocity.
Wow.
You set it all up and you just say, this is what I want for each note. And then you just hit go and it triggers a note starting at C1 and then goes C sharp. And then it keeps going to like, and it plays all of them in session view from top to bottom. And then it'll cut all of them, make sure they're the same. It'll rename all of them from top to bottom.
Oh my God.
So you know all the notes, what they represent, and then drops, and you just click and drag it into zones and sampler, and then you can play that patch. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Please do.
If you want to play with it. If you have a friend who has a lot of cool gear, that's the move. Yeah, then you can send it to me.
Send you the racks back.
Yeah, send me all the racks.
All the sounds.
That's why I'm telling you this. Send me all of it. First of all, I had a couple questions. So you're using Live to play everything. Are you a session view guy are you jumping around tracks, or do you have most of it built out for what you want to play in arrangement view?
I had it built out because I would sing, play drums, do synthesis, and a lot of the synthesis that I would do at the show was sound design because I was running really complicated arpeggiations and things like that. So that was sort of the fun I was having with the synthesis in the live show. Nice. And then performing a few riffs as well. And yeah, one of the big things was having the vocal processing across time. So like if it was a song that needed autotune, like having the key set up to just change, having like a real like megaphone kind of effect on certain songs, and then softer, lighter kind of processing on other songs. So yeah, I would have it like built across time for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of your audio is coming out of Live through an interface, or are you using CDJs still? Or?
So I had a dual setup. I had a CDJ setup here for like sampling over the top of whatever was happening with like different vocal cuts or whatever, or like some parts I would like mix in a record out of the live setup and go over to a DJ setup, and then I would come back to the live setup.
That sounds complicated.
I made it really simple.
Okay.
And it worked. So like this was a show I built the whole concept was I want to be able to run this entire live show, all these different instruments, but not make it taxing. And I could tour it with just one, like I had one person touring with me and all of it worked.
Nice.
Yeah. And I had like a...
Do you have your live set on your laptop?
Yes,
So you don't have to show it if you don't want to. I just...
let me see.
think it'd be helpful to actually see what you're saying.
Yeah, let me go. It won't work though, because it'll be routing. I need the sound card.
Right, for sure.
So,
but at least seeing kind of the routing. I've done a lot of weird live performance stuff myself, so I personally am interested in some of this. Are you gonna sing and do some of the live stuff for the show tonight?
Yeah, usually there's a couple of songs I sing on,
Okay.
and I usually do them even in the DJ sets.
Cool.
I do want to sing on more. I just haven't been inspired to write vocals for myself. And often I'll write vocals and then I have too many singer friends who are so much better than me. Like,
just let them do it.
Yeah, like the song Threads with Maya Mansa. I wrote and sang the vocal at the front of that. And then I got her to re-sing it. I was like, this is so much better. Can you please sing it? And that just happens to me so much. But
that's probably really nice for you to be able to have the skill set of like singing or knowing kind of what you want to be able to translate and work with other vocalists. I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because I also sing and I do some live stuff in Ableton too.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is one. Okay, so I've got like my songs. Oh, so I have markers here. Each
nice.
color means like when I have to do something.
Smart. Yeah.
And then I also screenshot this and then share with like my team, like the video team. It's like, hey, I'm going to be singing. That means I'm going to come front middle near the mic. I'm going to be playing drums. The drums are positioned over here. Because this show we had to do on TV in Australia. So I had to have like shot calls for like every different aspect of everything that was going to happen. So that's what my markers are for. Up here I have like sidechain. There was a couple of things where it was critical that some element became sidechain. Like maybe it's a hard techno moment and like I'm playing a synth, but it needs to actually pump. So I had sidechain set up for that. My synths run through here. See, I've got synth sidechaining if I need that. My vocals run through here. All these different modulations will turn on and off depending what's going on and what we wanted. My drum rack is built out here. These automate on and off for different songs. They have different drum racks.
Nice.
My songs are here. So try to keep it, just on like a few different tracks, chopping and changing depending what show it is, different layers. This is my time code being sent out. It's obviously not complete in this exact version. And then this is how the routing would go. My ears, main mix, synths, vocals, drums. These all go to different. They would basically go to my Quad 8 UAD.
So you're just using
no. What's the UAD 8X?
Apollo?
Yeah. They would go to that, and then they would actually run into a DJ mixer because the DJ mixer I didn't have to tour with it. We could advance it at every stop, and that was easy. So it was one less thing I had to carry.
Yeah, huge.
And I would have all of this route into the mixer, and then I controlled the levels myself on stage.
Oh, wow.
I had it set up so that my ears were controlled with the headphone Q button. So I could double the volume of any particular instrument, my voice, whatever I needed to hear something. Like I know I'm going to go into a vocal part in a minute. I'm going to hit the Q so I can hear the vocal really clearly above everything else. I'm going to do a drum part. I'm going to make that louder so I can hear it really well. And then I could also, with synths, audition. Like I'm building like a sound design for the MS-20 of what I'm going to do shortly, like there, while the rest of the show is sort of rolling on. And then it comes to the part, I'm like, that sounds good. I bring the level up, can play it. And then I can use the other huge component of running it through the mixer was I could use the mixer effects. So
are you just basically giving front of house?
I'm giving him a 2-track.
Left to right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing everything.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that way there's a different way I can route everything if it's a front of house I really like. And I know if I don't, because you're going in, you don't know who's running 40 venues on a tour. If you're not touring, paying to tour with a front of house, like you don't know if they're any good, you know how they're going to.
It's true.
They might be from band world and they put your vocal way up here and your synth's way up here and then the bass is really low or whatever, Yeah. You don't know. So I built it so that, and one really cool thing I found was sometimes you would have trouble with the mic because the room had like crazy resonance.
Right.
But I worked out a way I could send the mic to monitors. They do their typical room EQ, they do their compression, their gating, and then they route that back to me into my Apollo. Oh, not an Apollo, it's the 8X. Is it still called Apollo? Or is it Apollo Twin? Or are they all Apollo or UAD 8X?
I think most of them are Apollos. They do have a new one that doesn't run the plugins though.
Yeah.
So
I worked out a way I could route the wireless mic would go to them first. They do all their usual room EQ, room compression, gating, whatever. And then it would come to me and then it would come into my Ableton, get processed by me, come into my mixer and then go out as a 2-track. So
there wasn't a lot of latency with that?
No, it was fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. It was like, this was the first live show I built myself. And I was like, this is pretty good. Like,
solid learning experience, I'm sure.
Was,
like just,
dude, I just sat like literally for 2 months sat like in my childhood home when my parents still owned that. Just like, how would you build a live show that needs no people but yourself just to run smoothly, touring? You know, when you're doing shows as small as like 400 or 500 people and you can't afford to bring, 6 touring party, you just can't. You just couldn't do that show. And I was like, how do I make it so I can do that show?
Yeah.
And then it scaled all the way up to like 3,000 people. And I could choose to have, components of this show relinquished from my control and go to someone I really like and I really trust, or I could just stay in-house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice flexibility.
Yeah. It was like, it changed the way I thought about touring. Like we'd be like, we can't do that room. We can't afford it. And now it's like, I can do that room with this build.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's huge, man.
Yeah.
Sick.
And I bet there's people watching like, you could do this way better. Please tell me. Like, I want to know. I want to know like way better ways to do all of this.
I mean, that's the game though. There's always a different way to do the same thing, basically, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I want to respect your time. I think we've been going for a while, so we can wrap this up pretty soon. Any funny or wild, crazy show moments that stand out over the years?
I mean, I'm going to say this one. We were just in Kyiv. We did this rooftop party. And then the next night, the city is getting bombed.
Holy shit.
And that's
crazy.
Yeah, that was.
And you heard it? Like,
dude, it's like we're like going to shelters.
Oh, man.
And that to me was like I've been through some crazy experiences in my life. I've like had to evacuate a country that went into civil unrest. Like through surfing, like encounters with great white sharks and like, some serious stuff. And then this is just a reminder like, hey, our everyday problems aren't that bad. Like get on with it. It's all good. Yeah. Like smile, say hello to someone in the street. Like, cause it can get a lot worse,
True.
Yeah. And being over there and seeing not only how like beautiful and kind the people were, but how cool they were. Like the fashion is insane there.
Yeah.
The food is amazing there. And to see those people just going about their daily lives, like the next morning, the craziest thing to me, like they have these curfews and you can't go on the street because like there's literally drones like looking for things to like blow up, like so you don't go on the street.
Crazy.
And curfew lifts, go get like a 3-hour nap after this long night. And the other cool thing was everyone kind of treats it like a kick on. They're like, oh, we're going to be up all night because there's bombs, so let's drink wine, hang out and like make some music on a laptop.
You might as well live it up.
It's like,
it's
like, and then I go and have a nap for 3 hours, wake up, and I said to my friend, I was like, oh, where'd everyone go? Because there was, a bunch of us sort of all together, like, hey, let's all stay together. Like, this is going to be an intense night. And then in the morning, everyone just goes, crashes in the house. I wake up, and I'm like, where'd everyone go? And they're like, oh, went to college, went to their job, went to their service for the country. Like, it's just a normal day. Like, hey, doesn't matter what was going on last night. You got to go and do your stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's a whole different kind of like problem to live with.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate in a lot of these countries.
Where we really are. I came back here and I was like, what is this? It's just so
life
chill.
No, for real.
I'm not going to complain about shit, man.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I like the saying is like the worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Because it's like your perspective on life, right?
Yeah.
So it's like somebody else has a different threshold of what that looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good perspective, dude. Yeah, we have it pretty good.
Yeah, we do. And we we have it really pretty damn good.
Life is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
For sure. Last 2 quick questions. Most underrated producer right now, in your opinion?
I've been saying this one for a long time, but Quiet Bison.
Who is it?
Quiet Bison.
Oh, yes. I do know Quiet Bison. Not personally, but
he is one of the superstars that all the best producers are constantly like referencing, biting, asking advice from, all of this stuff. He needs his flowers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Everyone just makes
Give him a follow.
The wildest stuff. I think I found him when he was like 17. I gave him his first ever show in Denver, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Put him on his first ever show. He's like, Mom had to come. And,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is he from Denver?
He's from Portland. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, I just met him.
Really?
Yes.
Where at?
No, I'm looking at his face now. He was at Wonder Love briefly. My friend Underbelly was playing a show.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Amazing. I didn't even realize that was him.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He's the best. And then also I met this guy in France, Dr. Ushu. He makes really fun, cool dubstep stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
And then I love Amanu and Bunchan and Rohan and Pocket and Caracal. Who else? I mean, Nina Jarashi's doing amazing right now. There's this girl Dane in Australia who's amazing. I think she's finally getting some good movement, but she's been doing the same awesome stuff for 5 years now, and finally I think it's kicking off, which is really cool. Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Love that. I'll have to check some of those out. Yeah. I'll listen to this later and follow them. Upcoming projects. What do you want to shout out?
Oh, I'm doing this kind of trap revival EP right now.
Nice.
And not in a corny way. I'm truly inspired by the genre again and coming back at it with 10 years of knowledge I didn't have when I was younger.
Nice.
And how would I do this now with all this different skill sets and elevate what was done and, bring concepts like, spectral shifting and ideas and even just things from drum and bass like ring mod sidechaining and if you did that in that halftime music, you could really get some more power and some interesting textures and all these kinds of things that I just didn't really know about back then.
That's cool.
So yeah, I've been doing that and obviously worked on songwriting so much over the years and writing, top lines and everything myself now. So yeah, bringing all that together, going back to the fun of it. One of the songs on there I made with Carmack. And we literally just made 4 songs straight from Burning Man, just realized we lived around the corner from each other. And let's hang out, dude. We haven't seen each other in 5 years.
Nice.
And just, make a bunch of records, do them in that day, don't touch them too much, maybe do a bit of a mix down. It's just put it out old days, SoundCloud, just get it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been really fun to just be playful like that again with it all.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot more trap right now than I have in a while.
Yeah.
So.
And I think there's such a good crossover point right now. I'm seeing all the house and techno guys, they're dropping dubstep, they're dropping breakbeat, they're the mold is really breaking and the whole UK scene, that halftime kind of scene, Bali funk, reggaeton, breakbeat, it's all just in the same zone. It's all in that same kind of tempo, and the multi-genre sets I think are the most exciting.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to the same song for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. And it's really paid off, I think, for a lot of stuff you've done because it reaches all different kinds of audiences. And I'm a fan, dude. I love your music.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks so much for hanging out.
Of course.
Just sharing your wisdom and knowledge with the world. And anything else you want to share or wrap it up?
I think that's it, man. I'm just excited about life and music, and I'm just really amped on what everyone's doing. Really inspired. Every time I'm going to these different countries, just getting hit up by young producers, and getting to meet a lot of them, go and work with them, see what excites them. I think it's such a cool way this ecosystem works.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Sick, dude. Well, thanks for joining the podcast. Everybody give this guy a follow. Chris, good hanging with you, man.
Thanks,
looking forward to more stuff and the show tonight.
Yes,
let's go, dude. It's my first What's Not show.
No way.
Yes, I know. It's been a long time coming for sure. Yeah. So, all right. Much love, everybody. Stay tuned. See you next time. Peace.
Awesome.
Hey, thank you for listening to the podcast. If you didn't hate this episode, please leave a 5-star review. It would help me out a lot. Check back on Tuesdays for new episodes. If you want to be the first to get new episodes and new content, some new packs and downloads and things I'll be sending out, also upcoming events, then join the newsletter. Also, if you want to check out the brand new merch store with some exclusive items, go to abletonpodcast.com/merch. Check out the links in the show notes for all the info on this. Be sure to follow this guest for spending their time on this episode. Give them some love. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. Much love. I'll see you next time. Later.